We are eagerly anticipating the start of our 2014-2015 school year here at Hammond Baptist High School. And once again, we're honored that you would include Hammond Baptist in the part of your family and in training of your young person. Hammond Baptist was started 45 years ago now with three purposes in mind. First of all, to pass on our faith to our young people. Secondly, to separate our young people from influences contrary to that faith. And then lastly, to educate our young people, to give them the tools that they need to accomplish God's will with their life. This year our theme is taken from Proverbs 4, chapter 4, verse 13, that says, "Take fast hold of instruction, keep her, let her not go, for she is thy life." And this year, our men here at the high school will be teaching Bible on the days that we don't have chapel. And we're taking a Bible curriculum that's over the book of Proverbs, and it breaks down the book of Proverbs into different areas where we take those verses that talk about that particular area and we apply them to the life of a teenager. And we want to spend this year learning, along with many other things through chapel and other places in school camp and youth revival, but learning about what the Bible has to say about wisdom and instruction. We're very excited about that. Also, in regards to our schedule for this year, we're putting Spanish back into the sophomore year of our students' education. We've had Hebrew in the past, and that has taken the place of our languages, of our language studies here at Hammond Baptist. But now we're going to put Spanish back in the sophomore year, and then the junior year they'll take Spanish too. Also, another interesting thing that I'm excited about for this year is our orchestra program. And in years past, a student was made to choose between orchestra or study hall, which, many of our students who are good in orchestra are also a part of everything else, and so many of those students need a study hall, so they've been forced to make that decision. This year we're going to put orchestra back into one of the class hours. So now this year a student will have orchestra 2 days a week and then have a study hall the other 3 days. So now if a student chooses to be in our orchestra, they also choose a study hall, which may help them get some of their other things done throughout the week. An area of concern here at Hammond Baptist High School, which has been an area of concern for 45 years and will continue to be, is our dress code here at the high school. Just so you understand as a parent, if a student ever finds themselves to be out of dress code, they forgot their belt, they're wearing tennis shoes, or they had a rip in their slit or something happened, they can go to any of their teachers and come to the office, and we will assist them in being in dress code without any penalty, because we want them in dress code, they want to be in dress code, that's fine. However, in an appearance check, or if a student is found to be out of dress code, then what our policy is that student has to be sent home. We don't want to send student home. I don't want to send your son or daughter home. You don't want them at home. You want them at school. We all want them at school. So it is an item where we have to work together to make sure our students maintain a dress code. Some of our rules of dress code are just a standard by which we've decided a student should be dressed to come to school. Some of them are modesty issues. Those are areas of concern that we will be constantly vigilant about. In working with our young ladies, and especially Mrs. Murhowski, who has to be the bad guy and many times in administering our dress code with our young ladies, I have found through the years that our young ladies are not so much disobedient or even rebellious. Typically it is a careless issue, where they're just being careless about the dress code in areas of modesty. The items of concern that are a constant concern to us are when a skirt is too short, top is too low, or either one of them is too tight. To maintain the modesty of our young ladies, their reputation, also to help our young men who need our young ladies dressed modestly. These are areas of concern. So we can partner together as parents to make sure that we're not careless in being vigilant about the dress code, especially of our young ladies. I think that would be helpful. And anytime throughout the year, if you have a question about our dress code, young men or young ladies, please call the office. You can talk to Brother Moffitt, you can talk to me, and I want to make sure that we're not being careless, but in order to not be careless, we need to understand those rules thoroughly. But those three things, especially too low, too tight, or too short, that would really help us. Next area I'd like to mention to you is we'd like to have some of you who are able to volunteer and help us here at the high school. The three ways that you could volunteer, first of all, in our cafeteria. Moms, if there is a day that you'd be interested in giving to us to help us serve in our cafeteria and prepare food, we certainly could use your help. Number two, to help us clean our buildings. Our students now take care of the cleaning of the high school, and they do a good job. They sacrifice and give of their time to clean the high school, but you understand probably what your teenager's room looks like, and so clean to you and me is not always the same as clean to a high schooler. So cleaning our schools to our standard would be helped if you could volunteer any of your time for cleaning. And then lastly, from time to time we could use just some one-on-one help with our students academically. And so if you'd be interested in tutoring, if you could just let us know that, and we'll try to work you in and partner you with a student who needs help in a particular area in which you may be skilled. Lastly, with this link to this video, you also received a link to fill out a survey. And you may be surprised at how little information and feedback I receive from our parents. And I know sometimes I put at the end of a letter, please, if you have any questions or any comments, please let me know. You can email me at jwoosley@hbaptist.com. You can call me on my cell phone. But sometimes you may not feel like, well, I don't want to complain. This survey is your invitation to complain. Let us know where we're not doing what we need to do. Let us know areas where we are doing what we should do to help you and your family. And I really would like to know that. Those results and what you put on that survey, they're confidential. Those are between the two of us. And I would really like your input in how we can make Hammond Baptist Schools a better tool to assist you and your family in accomplishing those three purposes that I talked about at the beginning of this video. Lastly, I have to say it one more time, we are honored here at Hammond Baptist that you've included us as part of your family. I've got 3 kids that will be in high school this year, and that's hard for me to believe, as I'm sure you watch your children grow up, and it's hard to believe how quickly children grow. We want to be the tool that God wants us to be, and you need us to be in the life of your family. Please don't hesitate to stop by and talk to me if you have a question. Give us your input on ways we can help serve you better. And I'd just like you to know, once again, we're honored that we can serve you for another school year. Have a great day.